Have you ever wondered why your comments don't show up on my videos that you've taken the time to write? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about where your comments are going and why you may not ever see them again. Let's explore! YouTube has some problems. YouTube is the most sophisticated video platform out there, hands down, as far as features and accessibility. But there's still a lot of bugs in the system. And I think some of this is apparent, especially when some of us make comments. Because I know there's comments that I've made on other channels that have just disappeared. They're no longer there. But I understand what happens. They go into the ether or into the held for review folder. This is what this is, the held for review tab here. A lot of these comments end up here. Now, for those of you who are aware of my channel, one of the things I always encourage you to do is to comment on the videos. I enjoy the interaction, and that includes even critical comments, as long as they're done fairly politely. They don't have to be overly nice, but I do like constructive criticism, so you're always free to speak your mind. But YouTube, for some reason, flags some of these comments, but I'm a free speech absolutist, at least in terms of my channel. I believe in people being able to speak their mind. But there are certain words that YouTube likes to flag for one reason or another. We won't go into the motivations and reasons why, but I think some of it may have to do with the algorithm, which, by the way, many times my videos don't catch the algorithm like other channels my size do. So I have to try to work harder at it. And that's why I like to, and why this bothers me so much, because if you take the time to comment on my channel, your comment should be there, and let me decide whether a comment's appropriate or not. So they held these for review here. And I'm going to approve these. I always approve these. But what happens is these comments end up just disappearing. And I go check them and they're gone. By the way, if I go to search for Forbidden Planet, it won't show up. That's another problem is you can't search by username. You used to be able to do it. You just type in the name. You'd be able to get all the comments under the name. But no more. I'm not able to do that. And by the way, this is another thing that kind of angers me about YouTube, is they do not show the channel name anymore. They show the handle associated with that channel name. In other words, the @ and for a lot of folks, it's just a run together characters, because you can't have spaces in the handle. So there it is. So anyways, but so this is something here. Apparently this phrase right here is what brought it over to the held for review. But I'm going to approve it, and likely Forbidden Planet, that comment will disappear. And here's another one. Likely this word, and this word may have flagged it. And of course, I'm going to approve this comment, but nonetheless, it probably won't show up. And that way, some of these people might think that I am, that I'm trying to prohibit their speech, or that I'm removing their comments, but that's not what's happening here. Now, this comment is definitely a scammer, but of course, look at this. I'm not able to report this comment, only the comments below it, and that, which are also spam comments, but nonetheless, I'm not able to report that one. So once in a while, they get it right, but most of the time, they're catching legitimate commenters. And now I can go and try to find these individuals, like Michael Rodriguez, 3329. But I can't search for them to allow his comments to always go through. There are ways to always approve these comments, but nonetheless, they don't always. They don't allow you to search for the channel once you do that and find it, unless you just happen to find them. And that would be very time consuming to always approve, to select that option for a lot of the comments that come through. And so here's another one. Now, this comment may be offensive to Trump supporters, but you know what? And I'm a Trump supporter, but I appreciate Chuck's comment here. And so if Chuck E. Greenbud is watching this, know that I'm approving it. I am approving this. I'm not deleting this comment because I believe in free speech. Approve. But that comment is probably gone. Probably won't see it. A lot of these comments, they don't show up even though I'm approving these. So I'm going to approve the rest of these here. And but this is where a lot of your comments go, especially after the video that I did fairly recently about Dave Ramsey. There's a lot of comments that got sent to this folder, and a lot of them will never see the light of day. Some of them will. It's like hit or miss with this, but it's crazy. And a lot more of these things have come up, and especially with some of the more popular videos, they come up through there, and it's really a shame that this happens, but very good. So this one here looks like it's probably a spam comment because this is one of those and it sets up and there are people respond underneath there. So I can't say for sure, so I'm just going to remove that one. But those are few and far between. And so there it is. Let's see here. So there's another one. This is probably what flagged it. But again, it was not me. And so let's see. So let's go through some of these. We're actually almost done here. And we can see that a lot of these have popped up there. And it's hard to keep up with this. It puts more work on me. And more than likely, these comments will never see the light of day, even though I'm approving them all. And that's the frustrating thing. So if you are a content creator, let me know in the comment section down below if you are having the same problem as I am, and some of these comments that are getting censored by YouTube and put in here, or they give us the ability, but we approve them and they don't show up. It's just crazy. And look at the vast numbers of things that have popped up here. And so here we go. We're doing the other one here now. Let's see here. Let's go over to this. And now we've got this section. So there's another section that have comments that may be offensive have been hidden. So offensive comments are shown here. And this may contain language that's considered offensive. Well, some of the other ones have language that are considered offensive too. So here's this comment. I almost always approve comments here too. And so here it is. And he even censored himself. Probably knowing that this thing happened. So we're going to approve that too. But those comments almost never show up, even though I approve them. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And the thing is that some of the published comments actually do come through here that aren't appropriate sometimes, or that should be sent to the held for review folder. So that's what's happening to your comments, to a lot of comments on the channel. So I want viewers to understand that when you make a comment, hopefully it'll come through. I'm always approving them. And I apologize. As a content creator, there's not much I can do about what YouTube does. And people will say, well, Sal, why don't you complain to YouTube? There is a link where you can chat with creator support. This little function is 100% useless. I've used it several times. I've gotten no positive or any kind of constructive feedback. It's almost like they're bots. They're real people, but they show little help. They don't really do anything to help with anything. There's been nothing that I've contacted them about that has been of any help or any significance, support, stuff that I already didn't know. And if it's a technical issue, they say, well, provide feedback. There's an option to provide feedback. And the problem with that function is that no one responds to it. As a creator, you can provide feedback on a function or feature, and it's supposed to be something that they're supposed to follow up with you. I've never had anybody follow up with me when I've sent in a bug report or a feature request or anything of that sort. Even commenting on the YouTube promoted or YouTube specific channels, creator channels. There's a couple of creator channels out there that are meant specifically for creators, content creators. I post in the comment section of those, and they're completely ignored. The comments are completely ignored there. There is absolutely no support from YouTube as a creator. Zero. None. And it's so frustrating. But nonetheless, So I think that's part of what's hurting my channel to some extent. Although I can't help but think that other content creators and bigger creators have this problem as well. But sometimes you think once your channel gets so big that some of those, you have enough new viewers that the ones that get offended by their comments not showing up and they think the creator deleted their comment, well, the growth outpaces those. I'm not there yet. And even if I was there, I would still care and be concerned because I value every single person that takes the time to watch my channel and especially takes the time to comment. And so this is a direct insult to the viewers who are engaging. And the thing is that all the YouTube folks out there say that we want the viewers to be engaged in the comment. So they're kicking themselves in the foot by doing this, and the content creators are getting hurt in the process. But more importantly, you, the viewers, are your time is wasted because you took the time to make a comment, and it shows up in the help for review, and it's just a random chance that if it's approved, and again, I can't stress enough that I approve almost 100% of them, that they show up there. So that's what's happening with a lot of your comments. So hang in there with me, and thank you for being here. And just understand that it's not me deleting your comment. So I hope you found this video informative, and hope this video will be shared with others in this whole entire YouTube space, because I think it's something that needs to be addressed. And we ought to be able to search by the content creator or by the commenter, by the channel member. And I also wish that we could have a way to be able to see by highlighting over top of the viewer here that this is indeed the global warmer. I just know that because I recognize this name enough and he comments enough that I know this is the global warmer. But I wouldn't know that unless I clicked on this and saw that this is the global warmer. This is his channel. So there it is. So it's interesting, but nonetheless, there we are. So let me know what your thoughts are about this video and about the YouTube interaction here. And if you are one of those that is frustrated because your comment did not show up on a video, and well, this addresses that. I hope you will understand from my point of view. So I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you. I don't just say that, I mean it. And I want to extend a multitude of gratitude and encourage you to please rate, share, and yes, please still do comment. And if you haven't done so already, I hope you will subscribe.